Can the media just stop with all of the side shit? Good morning. Welcome to the episode of Hard Foul Radio. Appreciate you for tuning in today. This is the show that values time, so let's not waste any. I hate to start out the show ripping other media outlets, but that's just kind of one of the things we do here, so that's how it goes. Episode 1 of Hard Knocks aired for the Cowboys now 2 days ago, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and one of the things that were discussed is Mike McCarthy and Mike McCarthy's role, or how Mike McCarthy's personality. It was really ugly, right? And it was basically, they talk about everything about Mike McCarthy except his coaching. There's even a moment, for those of you that watch Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, big fan of Shannon, not a huge fan of the show, but there's a moment yesterday where Jenny Taft, who's the host, basically said to Skip, after Skip made a comment about Mike's weight.
Is everyone who's a good coach as fit as you, Skip? I don't think that's a fair shot whatsoever.
Basically went after him and said, hey, you can criticize the man's coaching job, or you could criticize, his overall performance at his job or his performance on the show, but don't go after his weight. That's a low blow. That's why are we doing that? That's unnecessary. It was a great moment to see it. Obviously, Skip gets a reaction out of people by saying these kind of things. A lot of times it goes unchecked or unmatched, and to see someone go, hey, I don't like it, has nothing to do with him as a job, you're now attacking him personally, that's wrong, all that stuff. That was beautiful in my mind to watch. So shout out to Jenny. And that's how Mike McCarthy should be judged. Is he going to have a winning record or not? Now, I'm not high on the Cowboys this season. I believe they probably win their division, but their division's awful. And I say the division's awful based on the field performance. I like Jalen Hurts. I actually like Daniel Jones, some moves the Giants made, but the division overall, there's no star quarterback per se. Dak got paid like a star quarterback, but you could argue where he is. There's no elite, high-end, all-pro level players on teams. It's just a weaker division. The Cowboys are a team I don't think has a chance to win a playoff game, but I think they're probably one of your best locks for a team to make it to the playoffs. That goes to lack of division strength, and these are all on-the-field things. Can the media just stop with all of the side shit? And shout out to Jenny for like I said, for stepping up in that moment. And it was cool to see. But it doesn't take away from the fact that we've just gone months. I don't even watch the show on a daily basis. I just follow Shannon on Twitter, and so I see clips from the show, and I saw them, they were debating Space Jam for weeks. I'm not a movie guy. Anybody who watches A&M knows I'm not a huge movie person. I pretty much I watch sports, I watch anime, I don't watch a lot else. But they were debating Space Jam for weeks. They were debating LeBron going on Twitter. They do that for years. So, yes, well, I loved the moment of her kind of finally calling out Skip. It doesn't take away from the fact of this is just what they do. And I hate to start today on this note, because I know I constantly hammer this in, but I can't stress it enough for just how bass-ackwards it is that this is where sports media is in 2021. I'm going to criticize people's weight. I'm going to criticize people's movies. I'm going to criticize people's Twitter accounts. I'm going to criticize what they do on social media. It just doesn't matter. Can you perform when you're on the court or on the field? That's it. I don't know what Aaron Donald does on social media. I don't even know if Aaron Donald has social media. I don't follow him if he does have it. I know Aaron Donald's one of the best defensive players I've ever seen. That's it. I don't know if Jalen Ramsey has social media. I don't know if Peyton Manning just got in the Hall of Fame. He never didn't have social media. I never followed Kobe on social media. It's just, how good are you on the court? That's all. Sorry, I don't want to start out ranty, but just wanted to look at that and just say, hey, this is what it looks like even when people inside their own media game gets tired of what they're seeing. Transitioning on from there to an actual sports story. So Ben Simmons wants out of Philadelphia now, right? Well, originally Philadelphia, according to rumors and reports and sources, I don't have these reports and sources for some reason. They just declined to, I just got a new phone and they still won't text me. So, do what you do. But Ben Simmons supposedly wants out of Philadelphia now. Philadelphia wanted to possibly trade Ben Simmons. And it looks like his wanting out is a reaction to them wanting him out. Even though they publicly said, hey, that's our guy, we can win with him, we're not trading him. Sources say they went behind the scenes and they were trying to make deals, and there were supposed offers running around. They've been offered to Golden State. I think the offer to Golden State was for like half of Silicon Valley and like stocks in Apple. But here's the thing with Ben. At some point, Ben Simmons needs to look at himself, because supposedly Ben Simmons isn't returning phone calls to teammates. Ben Simmons basically went ghost. Ben Simmons said, hey, talk to my agent, which he has every legal right to do. When you have an agent in the entertainment business or sports business and you have a disagreement with your manager or your employer, you're allowed to say, hey, talk to my agent. That's why you have an agent, is to be that medium person. Like, that's why he pays Rich Paul a bunch of money. So that part is fine technically. But the way he's at least putting himself out there, does he not think he's hurting his own trade value? Let's use a really high profile example, because this is one I've heard a lot. When guys want to request a trade, there's ways to go about it. When you request a trade, you could be one of two things. You could just be so supremely talented, we don't care that if it looks ugly in the trade process. Anthony Davis was so supremely talented that it didn't matter if his situation with the Pelicans ended ugly. He was a top 5 player, but off his talent alone. So people were like, yeah, if he wants out of there, we'll trade for him. We don't care. Stopped playing hard or whatever you want to say, critiquing his on-court performance. He's one of the 5 most talented players in the league. Absolutely will come take him. If Dame wanted to trade from Portland, which is another rumor that's being speculated, Dame's one of the most talented players in the league, top 10 guy. Dame has worked his ass off and never slacked on the court. So that even if you thought, okay, well, he's not as talented as Anthony Davis, he has never underperformed, and he has always given it his all. We want that guy on our team. So you got the guy who continues to play hard, and you got the guy who's just really talented. Ben Simmons is really talented. 6'10". I don't know if 6'10" point guard is no longer what we're associating him as, but 6'10", great defender, long, athletic, can still handle the ball. But if he's scared to shoot, he's got no value. Philadelphia's put a great team around him. He's had Embiid, Redick, Tobias Harris, Seth Curry. He's really talented, but he's had a really talented team and couldn't make it work. And now he looks like he's not talking to guys. He's not communicating. Kind of looks like he's pouting. Ben Simmons is hurting his own trade value. I think he still gets traded. I think he's still going to bring back a good haul to Philadelphia. He's just too talented not to. But Ben Simmons right now, kind of making himself look away.